Good
morning,
morning.
Vietnam.
No, it's Nebraska.
Ah, that's it. Nebraska. February in Nebraska.
February in Nebraska. Nice and
Yeah,
sunny.
yeah. No snow over the winter, which was nice.
Yes, actually, we didn't get any, did we?
No, cows have been busy. Cows have been fed.
Cows are producing lots of milk, a
Eating lots of food.
eating lots of food, a massive amount of manure and slurry. Um, yeah, everything's looking particularly good, isn't it?
Yeah, apart from the amount of things we've got to keep them fed.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical if we've got enough of that, but
Yes, we may need more produce.
yes. And we are busy planting cotton.
Yep. I'm just spinning around to see you.
We're a bit high on nitrogen. Can you wind
Okay.
yours back quite a bit?
I shall. There we go. 50 something.
Okay, try that.
45 kilograms.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're way over at the moment, so I'll see when I get into.
how's it looking there?
It hasn't changed. Can you go down another? Oh no, that's okay. Yep, that's good.
Sure.
Yep.
45. Yep.
Go down. It's a bit close. Go down another 10.
8, 35. There we go.
Yeah, that's perfect. We
Excellent.
might have to adjust it as we go, but I'm using a little bit of liquid fur, which is exactly what I want.
Yes, we don't want to spend too much money on that, do we?
No, no, we're not properly Cartech rich yet. We will be when we sell everything.
Yeah. Yes. The ethanol is a slow production, I think we've
Hmm.
determined.
Very,
So we're not going to be
very
ethanol um, conglomerates,
bill
no.
billionaires.
Billionaires, yeah.
That is going to take a little while.
Which is
I
okay.
I, uh, I think maybe we branch out into being manure millionaires.
I think that's probably going to be a wise idea with the amount that we've got.
Yeah,
And probably cotton millionaires as well, just looking at the size of this field and thinking
yeah.
how long it's going to take us to harvest it.
Multiple harvesters.
Multiple harvesters, multiple days probably. Yeah.
Isn't there a somewhat cheaty harvester?
Um,
I think there's a wider John Deere one.
I think there might be actually.
I think we use that and we'll be fine.
Hashtag real speed mod.
Oh, Mr. Cheaty.
Maybe
I'd
not.
rather use something that was wider.
Yeah,
The
wider and multiple machines, I think, is a good
yeah,
idea.
the planting texture directions are interesting.
Yeah.
It needs to be
Oh,
perpendicular to how I'm running the seeder.
oh.
Whether that's the dodgy half fix that we did to get the map working after the update.
Could be, yeah. They do seem to be jumping all over the place, actually.
So
Oh,
I
well.
don't think I've seen DJ post an update to this one yet. So
He did, yeah. I think
okay,
he actually did it on the Friday when you'd fixed out this.
okay. So
I think it was out that day,
we
but
might need to grab that
yeah.
and put in the changes that, or just grab the shader file because that should have be able to change.
Yes, that's probably a reasonable idea.
Another job for in the week that I'll forget until just
Yeah.
before we start.
I will be back in a second. The door is going.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
You seem all flustered.
Yeah. People turned up to do work
Ah,
on the house and not planned in. So, yeah, interesting. So, yeah. No doubt we'll hear some clunking and banging, probably.
yeah, the Cartech mansion being extended.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Oh, it does my head in. Never mind. First world problems and all that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Thankfully, the neighbours have been quiet for most of this week.
Oh, of course, yes.
Thankfully,
I gathered as much because we haven't
I
heard you
haven't.
mention it.
Yeah, I haven't been whinging about it.
There we go.
The
How's the... Oh,
grass
come.
that I planted last weekend has not started growing yet.
Why not? It's had the weather for it.
Yeah, it's really weird. I just brought a box of seed in B&Q
Yeah.
to try and recover the lawn that we lost due to having four dogs.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be fast, like it's like super fast start grass.
Yeah.
Um, and then you read all the reviews and the box, and it's like takes at least 2 weeks to germinate.
Right.
So yeah, it's only a week in so far.
Okay.
But yeah, put all of my expertise to the task. And
I was quite impressed you were talking about it in the video, and it was like, oh yeah, he's taking he's rolling it, he's
yeah, yeah. Oh,
scarifying.
the ground is such a mess from having, particularly the two greyhounds.
Yeah, I
As
bet,
they
yeah.
as they run around the garden, they just destroy it.
Yeah, I guess it's, yeah, it can't be helped, can it, I guess, but you
Nah,
said you've sort of cordoned it off, haven't you? Give it half
yeah,
a chance.
yeah. I did the same last year. I just didn't leave it long enough. I don't
Yeah.
think for the poor young plants to survive being attacked.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's it was easy. Last year I did I returfed some of it, and that was
Yeah,
hard work. And
I bet.
I would say probably 75% of that died from the
Oh,
dogs getting on it.
yeah, it's just why you can't have nice things.
Yeah, I left it to grow for a month or so, mowed it a couple of times,
Yeah.
let the dogs on it. 4 months later, dead.
Oh, you need to like have a great. It's not. I know it's not grazing, but you need to have a grazing
Yeah,
set up, don't you? Sort of. You can
yeah,
have this quarter today, and
yeah.
then another. Electric fence might be a bit harsh, but you know what I mean.
Hands on the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
How's
I
your
am joking.
how's your voice
It's
now?
still a
Is
little
it
bit croaky.
recovering?
It's still a little bit croaky. Yeah, we are thinking when our garden is split in half with a path, like most gardens in the UK.
Yeah.
And so I've done one side. When we do the other side there is a spot that one of the dogs always uses as toilet. And we're thinking of digging a pit out and putting stone in and then covering it with something so it can just drain away
Gotcha. Yeah.
because nothing will grow on it.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
yeah, so the joys of having so many dogs.
You'd think with all that
We used to have a really
fertilizer.
yes, it's pretty toxic stuff.
Yeah.
Um, we used to have fairly nice, somewhat flat grass
Hmm.
um, when we had one and then two dogs, and now we have sort of slime-coloured clay and ruts, and
And,
brilliant.
yeah. Looks like the Somme.
Yeah, yeah. Winter is horrible.
Right, now I need to be careful here, don't I?
Yeah, I guess. Don't worry, I'll just I'll follow you so it'll reseed.
Okay, I'm trying to spin round it as much as I can.
I wouldn't worry too much.
There we
I'm going to allow a bit of an overlap, so
go. Okay, cool.
it's more the headlands where you're going to have to be careful.
Yeah.
Once we're on the up downs, to not obliterate the headlands.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Somewhat of a risky, optimistic strategy.
It is, but
Running the cultivator in front of the cedar.
well, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, there'll just be some nice big patches in the field, and that will only annoy one of us. So
Uh, I think it was Fröhling this week. And you'd missed a bit of the mow and you were like, that's going to annoy me. I was like, oh, I'm starting to wear off on him. Oh, dear.
Oh, this I think it's the next maypole video where I'm doing some planting, and I was
Yeah,
like, oh, it's going to bug me because I've missed some bits.
yeah.
It bugs me more with grass than anything else.
Yeah, I think because you get that, there's nothing there, is there?
Mm.
That sounds blatantly obvious to say, but
Yeah, yeah. If you don't
th-
put anything there, there is nothing
there's
there.
nothing to grow. But it's more obvious with grass when you cut it rather
Mm.
than an arable crop.
Yeah,
When I know what I mean.
I know what you mean. It annoys me more than other crops.
Yeah,
I generally don't worry too much if I miss bits on other crops.
no, I know what you mean.
To me, that's what would happen in reality, probably. So,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
round corners.
yeah, yeah. I was, what was it? It's a Greenhand's video that's coming up. I was talking about losing crop in the headlands, and I don't know what it's like around you, but the fields around here, most of the headlands are awful for
Yeah,
actual growth.
I was thinking that the other day. Actually, I quite like the journey to and from work at the minute because everything's starting to grow, and especially in the stuff that was planted a lot earlier.
Mm.
Again, it's obvious to say. Um, the headlands in some cases are particularly bad.
Yeah,
So yeah, but you see that on like Ollie Blogs or
yeah,
Millennial Farmer. You know, the headlands are always a nightmare because they get so much compaction. Parking
mm.
trucks on there or
Yeah,
turning all the time. So
yep, yeah. I sort of in my head, it's like it doesn't matter, it's fine.
hmm.
As I had to destroy some crop to get the combine in the field.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I say it. I don't say it, but I think it on. I did it on Attingham in the one field. So well, you're gonna either destroy the crop or you put yourself a grass
Yeah,
field entrance in.
yeah.
So
You leave a bit.
yeah, but yeah, I've.
Oh, sorry,
It's all right. What are you doing then?
I'm only half paying attention and I was pushing your tractor along.
I wondered why the anhydrous tanks were wriggling.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
I'd nudged the cruise control up to catch up with you. And honestly, I do watch what I'm doing.
Honest. Yeah, yeah, righto.
It's one of the things with recording on a laptop is if it's getting late in the day, I am really bad for that.
I bet.
Um, there's been a couple of times. I think I've left some of them in before where I've been running on GPS and got to the end of the row and not been properly awake.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think I've
Like,
done
oh,
that in
I'm
the
in the hedge.
past.
I'm in the hedge.
Yeah. Yeah. Just nodded off. Oops. Not so
Yeah.
much now I'm sat at a desk, but I used to like play it on the TV or whatever and
Mm.
rest my eyes for a minute while I'm just doing this
Yeah.
run. You wake up. It's not so bad if you haven't got allow create fields on.
Yeah.
Otherwise you think, oh, why is that? Why have I got a strip of that cloud
Yeah.
texture going through my yard? Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're mowing and you've
Yeah.
mowed through one field into another.
Yeah.
I've not got that far. I've got through the hedge and realised.
Woke up, yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to loop this
Yep.
time.
Awesome. I shall do the same. I'll let you go. I'll let you go through.
Thank you. Where do I want to be? About there. Oh, beautiful. Thought I was going to miss a bit then.
Nicely done, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's interesting doing a field of cotton on a proper series.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done The only time I've done cotton is on, weirdly, Calmsden
Contracts.
contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, trying to remember. I think it was taken out of the one that's on the Oaks.
I think
I
it
think,
is. I can't.
yeah, because I think that's why Farms in Briscoe wanted to use it because he didn't want cotton and sugarcane.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, I was on there. Someone I should know, really.
You should. You are my local expert.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I am quite tempted to play on there
I think you should. I think it's,
when I finish up Greenlands.
yeah, yeah,
It depends, how what's available at the time.
yeah.
Because actually, I don't know. I don't know whether I'm going to leap straight on Court Farms because everyone will.
I think
Uh,
that is a given, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the thing with that is going to be trying to make something that's not the same.
Yeah,
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 it was with Calmsden. It's like how many times did you watch someone harvest that same field of wheat in the same combine with the same tractors?
yeah, yeah. I think, and I think that the only difference now is that there are a lot of other good maps out there as well.
Mm. Yeah, I mean at the
Whereas
time there was
Calmsden
only
was just,
Calmsden.
yeah, exactly. Not saying that, it's not going to be a popular map, Court Farms, which it undoubtedly will be, and, might go on there,
Mm.
might have a little play.
Yeah,
But it's
I
what form you do it in, like you say, everyone's going to be on there. So,
yeah. Everyone does New Farmer. And as I say, the number of times I watched that one field be harvested with the same kit,
yeah,
um, and it takes a while for people to diverge away and make it unique.
yeah, no, definitely.
So, but I don't know. I'm probably at the point where I'm less likely to jump on it because it will be popular.
Mm, yeah,
Because I don't know. I don't know whether it will get any more traffic than just carrying on doing what I'm doing.
yeah, I know what you
But
mean.
but then if you look at like your first Attingham video,
Mm,
when Attingham came out, that got so many views.
yeah, exactly. And I think, but then it very quickly dies
Drops to
off.
normal. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah,
We
unsure.
should, yeah, we should probably have picked up a GPS course at this point.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think we need more than two headlands.
No, I think you're right. So let's have some lines on. Oh, I'm going. Which way did you set it? I don't want to be going that way.
270.
Oh, do that. There we go.
Oh, I even remembered some of the key combinations.
Well done.
I used to exclusively use guidance steering,
Mm.
and I've not really used it at all in 22, and I've just completely forgotten.
Yeah.
It's one of those, it's what you get a bit of skill fade, I think, with some of these mods. You missed a bit.
I know.
Oh well,
It's
I'll cover it
fine.
up for you.
Thank you.
I think I might have missed a bit of seeding as well, so I'll let you off.
I think that I think we've although I like the idea of doing this and we're both in a different piece of kit, I don't
Just
see
go
a way
into the
of
headland.
I don't
Just go
see a
into the
way of
headland. Just keep going. I'll patch in behind you. It's fine.
top man. Yeah, it's not making it easy for you to
It's fine.
follow really, but no well.
It's fine. You're slightly wider than me, so as long as I cover what you destroy, it'll work.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh dear.
You're not undoing all of my hard work. It's fine.
It's fine, honest.
Fine.
Oh, well, we're into that sort of language, are we?
You not a phrase you ever want to hear.
Yeah, it's fine. What are you doing, Quadtrack? Come on.
You blame the quad track. I thought you were about to say, what are you doing, Cartech?
No, no, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and because you're slightly wider, it should all work out just fine.
Fingers crossed.
Should all work out just fine.
How are you doing for
I'm
seed?
going
Oh,
to
yeah.
need seed soon. I'll just get some delivered to the field. It'll be
That's a
fine.
good idea.
Store deliveries is one of the best things to make life a little bit easier.
Agreed. Agreed indeed.
I remember when I first discovered that in FS19, having spent the first couple of weeks playing,
Yeah.
really struggling with. Well, I was on PC. I didn't know about things like super strength, and I find front loader controls with a mouse almost impossible. So really struggling with trying to. I'm out of seed. Trying to load up pallets of seed onto a trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it until, like, for instance, Attingham or all the Oaks, actually, if you're doing a contract, get the kit delivered and then go to then buy something later on
And forget.
and forget where you've set it, go, ah, yes, that'd be where it
Yep.
was.
Yep. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
That's when you save and reload if you've not done too much.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah. The number of times I think on saves where I've done a lot of contracts, I've had to go around before and hoover up all of the stray part bags of seed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
I think
I've
I was
done that.
particularly bad for that on Calmston because the fields were quite big.
Yeah. I remember doing it on Attingham. I don't think I ever showed it, but yeah, I was doing a seeding contract and had a load delivered, and it's like, come back to that field. I think it was probably to harvest it or maybe fertilise on it or something. I was like, what's all them bags there? I was like, oh yeah. It's like the other day when I was like doing the grass contract on Attingham and found 5 hay bales that I'd
Yeah,
completely forgotten about. I'm like, huh?
that happened a few times on Maypole as well. I think partly from me leaving them behind when I've been
Yeah,
doing contracts last time, and I remember I stacked. I think I stacked some by the side of a field or something to pick up later,
yeah.
and they were still there.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I've slept between episodes, you know.
Yeah,
Come on, give me a break.
yep, and played a different save.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's all right, yeah. Forget where I am and what
Yeah,
I'm
I
doing.
like. That's something I was chatting about in a couple of videos recently. I find it easier to have two going
Yeah,
because, like, at the moment where I'm about a week ahead, I forget what happens in which video when I go to finish
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So I had two Maypole videos recorded but not finished,
yeah, I know what you mean.
and so I was doing stuff for the one that came out yesterday.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was in that video or the next video.
I liked your comment or when you said about how if you get too far ahead and people comment and it's not in context,
Oh yeah,
I was like, the so and so, he does that to me. Cause,
yeah,
and I'll
because I
just
watch
ask
your
you,
videos behind.
yeah, and I'll just ask you, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I get it a lot on older stuff.
Mm,
I had someone commented on a really old auto drive video this morning, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that trailer's great." Okay,
cool,
yeah,
yeah, cheers, yeah,
yeah,
love it.
yeah. Because
Haven't
you
found
might
a
have
better
just
one
watched
yet.
it, but for me that was a year ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, like you, I forget quite quickly what I've
yeah,
done. I think because you're knocking them out, and also you record for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever, and then it gets compressed down to a 20, 25, 30-minute video, apart from these ones. And, you know, I've cut that out, but, yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
I appear to have... I think the working width is wrong on my Cedar. Or maybe it's... Oh, no, it's the headland, I think.
Is the headland confusing things?
Yeah. Yeah, wait, because you're running slightly different rows. It looks weird as you come off the headland. So
Got yeah.
it's fine.
We're making reasonable progress, though.
Yeah. Checking everything lines up. I was going to say I wouldn't normally roll this, but with the textures being so weird, it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's all a bit wonky and...
Yeah. I'm going to blame it on the guy who fixed the map.
Yeah, me too.
Because he did a bit of a rush job.
We were in a rush, though, weren't we? It needed to be.
It's funny. Yeah, that video's got so many views for something that it's like I did, because I didn't realise that this map was broken until I started making videos. Like, I don't really care because none of the maps I'm playing on use custom shaders.
Yeah.
Or custom terrain shaders, and it's got so many views, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes with some of those videos.
Yeah, I guess as well. I apologise for the noise.
I can't actually hear it, so.
Yeah, it's just really loud. I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those like you with your drilling.
Yeah, I can sort of.
I guess it's like you were saying. What video would it have been? I think it was the Patreon one. About it's topical. It's there then. It's like doing the update videos when an update releases. Do you know, like it's jumping on the bandwagon, so to speak. But
yes,
it was also very helpful. You know, because I used it on the Oaks. I posted it in Farms in Briscoe's Discord. So,
awesome. I think that was one of the ones that I did go around a few and spam it.
Yeah, but it was an easy fix.
I think that was why. Yeah, if it had been a complicated job, I probably wouldn't have even bothered.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
It was like all the grazing videos.
Yeah.
And people were asking for, the more complicated versions of those. It's like, yeah, but you're going to ask complicated support questions. Or you're maybe not, but someone who only half understands what they're doing is going to try it, and it's going to be complicated.
And there's only so many times you can say, go back to the start, do it again. Honestly, and that's not being grumpy, but
no, it's the best method.
It is, because trying to work out where you went wrong is sometimes going to take you longer than starting again. So yeah, I'm with that.
The stuff that I'm messing about with at the moment, a couple of times it's been easier to throw away, something that's 75% complete, and do it again because that's quicker.
Yeah.
And what that taught me is keep backups.
Yeah.
As I'm building this little pack of stuff up, when I get a point where I'm happy with something works, and before I do the next thing to it, I put a copy somewhere else.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because I found it so easy to break stuff, and it's like, okay, I'm not sure how I undo what I did.
Yeah, and there's some stuff that that works to a point, and you don't want to have to redo all that. Yeah, no, I'm with that.
Yeah, so I've got a lot better with where I'm working on mods of keeping backups. Of versions that work.
Which is and I think that's the most important message, isn't it? If you are going to do something, and you're really good for saying it, it's like, make a backup. Maybe even make a backup of the backup.
Yeah.
But because you don't want to lose, you don't want to mess anything up. And I know it is common sense, but in the rushing of doing things and thinking, I've got a fix for it.
Yeah.
Those simple little steps can save you a lot of time.
My fear is always someone coming along going, I've done this and I've broken my save that's got thousands of hours in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, okay.
Yeah.
Save game backup folder.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got this video coming out tomorrow on fixing silage lamps that get stuck.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah.
Because so often at the moment it's coming up, and I've got the XML fix saved on a sticky note on my desk now, so I
Oh,
can just copy and paste it.
oh, that's a
Um,
cool idea. Yeah.
but I turned it into a video, and it's like, before you start, back your save up so
Yeah.
you don't break the placeables file.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Because I've
No.
done that before. I've been messing around and I've screwed a save up so it won't load, but I can usually work out how to fix it.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what you're doing,
This is true. Yes.
it's much harder to fix than just go, oh, I'll just recopy the save across.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So I like doing these videos to help people, but I do always have to ponder the how hard is it going to be when people try it and it goes wrong.
Yeah, it's that, like you say, it's that my save's now broken.
Yeah,
Can't get it to work.
yeah. I
And
copied what you said exactly, which they won't have, because that's why it doesn't work.
yeah, yeah.
But the response, I did exactly what you said, and now it's broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I guess it's risk versus reward, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. The number of times that, like you said, when the answer is try and do it again, because people say I've exactly copied every single step and it hasn't worked. It's like, well, you've done one of them wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not knocking anybody, but the people that sometimes like rock up onto Discord and ask, and it's like, and they go, oh, and they've
Yeah,
done, and it was something like I can't remember the example recently, but it's like, okay, yeah, but
yeah.
they realise and they're not funny about it.
There's one. I was watching Argsy's stream last week,
Hmm.
and someone was saying that they'd applied the fix and they then couldn't get their old save to reload.
Hmm.
I was like, well, that shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
And they'd they'd capitalized part of the name of the zip when they recreated it,
Oh.
and so the game thought it was a new map.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, that's why. And he changed it and it worked.
Yeah. But
Because
it's
I
yeah.
always just use the name that 7-zip gives you, because that's the name of what was unzipped.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I had that when I was doing the mod, and it's like, why is that throwing that error? Oh yeah,
Capitals.
capitals,
Yeah,
or a
yeah,
space or something.
yeah.
And
I've
it's like,
had that on the stuff
yeah,
that I'm doing. If you delete something in a list of fill types,
yeah,
but you leave a space behind,
yeah,
it thinks it's a blank fill type.
yeah,
That's got me a couple of times.
yeah. But it's then going, okay, right, look at the log. What's it telling me? Because
Yeah,
I've had things broken. I've had things broken. That's terrible English. Had things break before and had a look and can't work it out and have asked. But then I think when you're sort of trying to make something and you are having to look at what errors are being thrown to find out what you've done wrong, you do pay a lot more attention to it. So, yeah, it's
yeah. And I find when I'm doing my own stuff, I will start the game with the developer console open,
yeah, I was doing that, yeah.
so so that you don't even have to wait for the game to load sometimes, because you'll see it and you just go, right, kill the game, go back
Yeah,
and fix it. The bit that's really hard is when someone says, "What's a log file?"
yeah,
And at
yeah,
that point, it's like, you shouldn't be doing this if you don't know that.
yeah.
And with some of them, I have caveated. It's like, if I'm not going to show you certain steps, if you don't know how to do them, you shouldn't be doing this.
And I think that's fair.
If you don't know how to create a directory in Windows Explorer or
Hmm.
copy a file,
Yeah,
you should not be doing this.
yeah. I think there's the certain things where it's not necessarily intuitive. Do you know, like if you run your game off Steam, right? Where's my game? Where's my game file? Or where's the base data stored?
Yeah,
There's documents my games. That's easy enough. But where you're trying to find base game stuff, and that's buried somewhere different. And I think that's the bit that
Yeah,
got
and
me anyway. So
I ended up going back to FS19 to find out how to get Steam to tell me how to do that, so I could include
yeah,
that,
yeah,
because all of my copies of FS22 are from Giants, or brought from Giants store.
yeah,
So I don't have a Steam version to check that with,
yeah.
which
No,
in
I mean,
hindsight was quite short-sighted, because I could have probably got away with buying one or two Steam copies rather than the three Giants copies that I have.
yeah, maybe.
But none of that was planned, so
No, of course, yeah, yeah, yeah. You had it forced upon you, didn't you?
that's just how things have worked out and what I've
Yeah,
wanted to do. So like
yeah,
I ended up having I had to buy a second copy to put on my old laptop when the good one went away,
yeah.
because my license code wouldn't install on another machine. And at that point, I should have brought Steam version, but it was
Yeah, maybe.
cheapest to buy a Giants version.
Oh,
And then it wouldn't let me install that on the other new computer. So it was like, okay,
yeah, I know what you mean. I get, because that's about a year now, isn't it?
yeah, nearly August.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying earlier about having been playing on Maypole since August last year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that, yeah, because that's how that came about, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, I started that because I was playing it with a lot less mods,
Yeah.
so that I could run it on a lower spec machine.
Blimey.
It's funny. So, I posted something, and someone was talking about stuff that would be available in the 2000s on there. Like, that's probably like 6 or 8 months of gameplay away.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I'll still be on Maypole at that point. I'm only going to do one more year on there.
Fair
I was
enough.
actually debating somewhat seriously shifting after this season finishes,
Okay.
but I think I'm going to play out. I'm going to play out another year on there to harvest, and then move.
That's probably a good point to move on.
Yeah, I want to do about 2 or 3 years on maps, and then
Yeah.
move, so that it doesn't become, because I'm planning to play 10 game years, and I think it would become a bit stale
Yeah,
on
I
one
think,
map.
yeah, I think so.
I've done five before, and I didn't get bored particularly. But
No, yeah, I know what you mean. I was like Arkham. I think it's about 8
yeah,
years in the end.
yeah, I did my Sandy Bay series. I did 5 years.
Yeah.
I could have kept going, but I think it was as Chellington came out, so I just moved to Chellington,
Okay, yeah.
which I really didn't get on with.
In what
My
sense?
I think I only did 1 year on there,
Okay.
and I shifted.
Hmm. I can't remember how long I played on there for. On 19. Fair while. I think
Yeah,
it
I
was.
think
Yeah.
Sandy Bay and Oakfield were my two longest.
Okay.
I loved Oakfield Farm. Such a
Can't
good
remember.
map.
Was that? That would
So
have been
obviously,
console as well, wouldn't it?
yeah, yeah,
I can't remember if I ever played on that.
yeah.
Not
What I
sure.
like about it is it's based on the real world,
Yeah.
and it's based on somewhere only a little way south from where you live and near where I used to live.
Right. Okay.
The road structure is anyway. I'm not sure.
Ah, right.
The rest of it is not, I don't think, but part of the road structure is, and so it
Hmm.
was kind of a nice little reminisce.
Okay. Cool. I think
Yeah.
we're not far off. Well, I'm not.
No, I'm right behind you, so
Oh, yeah, you've caught up.
I can run slightly faster than you.
Yeah. 11,
So
12 mile an hour.
yeah, yeah. So I've got cruise control set to 9 as well, but I can catch up on the turns if I need to.
I do like the old Inzies.
They're a really nice bit of kit.
They
It's
are.
really nice having a base game direct planter.
Yep. No, agreed.
I think it was something that was missing from 19, from what I remember.
I think you might be right.
I always remember.
Pains me to say it.
Yeah, I always remember having to plough or cultivate to plant in 19,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I
not
think
to
you're
seed.
right. And I think there was the... It's come out again now. I forget what it's called. The big one. Great
Great Plains.
Plains.
Yeah,
I think that was
yeah.
direct.
That could plant everything, couldn't it?
And
Pretty
it was
much.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That isn't base game, is it? I think it's a separate.
I think it's a
It's a
mod,
mod.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember having on... I think it was Chellington. Realism is key. An air hawk cedar thing set up
Did you get that round Shellington?
very, very carefully, and having to disconnect both bits and then put them back together because reversing it is obviously clearly a
Yeah,
nightmare.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah,
I have no. I really struggle sometimes with. When I played on Homeworld, I had a big kit like that.
yeah,
And although it was mostly long straight roads, the field entrances were a nightmare.
yeah, yeah.
And I ended up opening up all the field entrances in the
Got
end.
you, yeah.
But using something that big around an Oxy map is just
It's just like I want to get this done. I've got like loads of fields.
yeah.
No course play.
You've got better, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. Totally realistic now.
A nod to.
Nod to realism. I do like that saying.
I love that phrase.
Yeah. You'll be pleased to know that I think I can say it. Where are we today? And this will be
Friday.
Sunday. So yeah, you'll be pleased to know I have put some poplar in on Attingham.
Awesome.
Like a little bit.
Is it like one?
3 rows. I was like, I'm a man of my word. I've got plans for the field anyway.
That's funny.
I'm going to put 3 rows in.
That's funny.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm not putting sugar cane in. Ridiculous.
I don't think sugarcane works on a UK map.
No,
All that
doesn't
seed
at
in.
all.
I think they leave some.
You empty. Oh, you are nearly.
Yeah, yeah. I was driving back to where I'd put the shot point, thinking I had some bags of seed there, but I'd used them all, so I could have just done it where it was.
Quite a good capacity, those Guernseys, aren't they, as well?
Yeah.
Bling, $82 delivery. And you were nowhere near where you'd...
It's not bad for instant delivery.
It's not, to be fair. That is proper high-tech drone delivery, isn't it?
That's better than Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they do hold a fair bit of seed.
I think they're one of my favourite bits of kit.
Didn't you have one on Calmston?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. They are good.
Your favouriteest ever.
Favouriteest ever map. Yes. No, definitely. For now, anyway.
Yeah. I suspect it will always be one that has slightly fond memories, having been your first.
Yes. No, it's true, I think. I went back on there. I know when I was on there. I was on there a couple of hours before you put the server live at the weekend. And I forget what I was doing. I can't remember now. I think I was just herbicide spraying or something. I was like, I do miss this map.
Yeah.
And then I got the ping off Discord saying, servers live, rock off. Download mods, off we go. So yeah, I've been back on.
Yeah. I don't think the last time I was on there was when I did the little stream on there.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really nice to go back there.
And I think it's one of those ones where, like you say, it doesn't. You can just go back to it. Do you know? That sounds really stupid because the save's going to be there as long as I keep it. But you just go back. It's familiar, isn't it? Yeah.
And you must have ended up owning almost all of the map as well.
It wasn't actually that much in the end.
It seemed like it.
It felt
pack you
like it
home.
as it felt like it as well. But yeah, it was. I can't remember. I did have quite a bit of it, but yeah.
Yeah, you were definitely Cartech rich on that one.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah, it was. Yeah, highly
Uh,
profit in the end.
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how you get on Edgewater with less financial backing.
Yeah, I'm quite liking it, to be fair. I was really impressed. I was really pleased that I now understand why
Swathing.
swathing is done.
Yeah,
So that's cool.
yeah, yeah. I thought that was why they did it
Yeah,
because they need to get the crop out of the ground to
yeah.
dry.
And it
Um,
makes
and
perfect sense, doesn't it, really?
yeah, I guess it's a better because what we do in the UK is we spray it with weed killer
Yeah, kill it off, yeah.
to kill it, and then it dries standing.
Yeah.
So swathing is probably better,
Yeah, yeah,
assuming that they don't have to do the same thing
yeah.
anyway. Can speed up now.
Yeah,
Just
I've gone,
destroying lots of stuff.
yeah, I'm trying just to go over what I've done and not kill the headland too much. So you probably just want to
That's all right.
freehand
Yeah,
this
it's all right.
last pass.
I can see what you've done.
You still see what I've done there.
Yeah, yeah. The map is telling me all the harm we've caused.
Uh,
Oh,
there we
I,
go.
I really hate with great demands that it tells you where it is, not what it is.
Yeah, I know. I hadn't, and I think that was maybe. I don't know if it's map dependent actually, but I don't really remember having them. And then you said that in a video. I don't think when it was. I think it was Greenlands.
Mm.
And I was like,
I
and then I
get.
got them on the oaks. I was like, oh yeah, that is annoying because in the way it was structured in 19,
It was easier to see because
you
it was the
could,
grid.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do feel on Greenland I get a lot of great demands for milk, which I'm not complaining about because I produce a lot of it.
We could do. Oh, that's the point. We could do with a great demand for milk on here.
Yeah, are you ending up missing a bit?
No.
It's just that I need to plant it, isn't it? It's been cultivated. I need to plant it. Yep.
Yeah. It's just a
Yeah.
yeah, because it was on the headland, wasn't it?
Yep. Ignore me.
I am.
You usually do so, you know.
I don't always. But yeah, it's frustrating. I think
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a. I suspect that it's a hanger. They've just pulled the same thing across from 19 where
Yeah.
it worked,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work with how they restructured the menu system.
That is correct. I don't even see what it is.
I had a quick look, but the list is so long it's really hard to actually tell.
It is. Indeed.
I'm going to come back and do that corner. I think.
Yeah, good shout.
Because I'm going to need to run all the way along here. Anyway.
Yeah. Where have you disappeared to?
I'm just coming from that corner.
Oh. Yeah. Out of view.
I'm essentially one row over from you.
Ah, okay. Got you.
So that makes sense to come steaming along and fill in that little mist bit.
Oh. I think that's the plan. No.
This is a nice size field for a job for two.
It is. It's not. It's worked out rather well doing this as well, hasn't it? Already got the anhydrous. Haven't had to spend a great deal on.
I've not even used. Yeah, I've only used 40% so far of the liquid fur.
Oh yeah.
So it's worked out a lot more efficient.
Which is what we like.
And a lot less expensive, which is what we like.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Makes sense to use the anhydrous if we've already got it.
Yeah, although looking at how much milk we're going to have to sell, probably don't have a problem.
Yeah. When is a good time for milk, actually?
All of the time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness me. I keep forgetting that we've got
So, yeah.
thingy bob.
Milk prices don't vary that much anyway.
No, that's a fair point.
Um, you look at what, $200 over the
Mm,
year.
which, in the
It's,
grand scheme of things, and
yeah,
again, nod to realism, you're not going to sit on 500,000 litres of milk or whatever it
no,
is for
and and
November.
realistically, you're not going to get $1.3 for a litre of milk
No, no, that's fair, yeah.
wholesale.
Yeah, yeah.
So I find that amusing when people complain about some of the what they feel are unrealistic numbers for Maize Plus. And
Yeah.
it's like, we'll start off by looking at the unrealistic price that Giants gives you for the milk.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
when you say about how much money you're going to make,
Mm-hmm.
some of that is that Giants pay you way more than double of what you would get in the real world.
Real world milk prices, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're on normal difficulty, I believe.
We are... Yes, normal.
So that's the normal thing that Giants think it should be.
Yeah.
So
That's one thing that would be cool if there was something, the way of integrating it to, I don't know, a real world average.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like prices
and
for things.
have more fluctuation.
Yes. Yeah.
And I guess then the other thing is having the inputs fluctuate as well. You know,
Well, yeah, according to world events. Yeah. Yeah.
cripplingly high fertilizer prices, for
Yep.
example.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I guess you could do it manually, but there's so much you'd have to rebalance.
I think, and that's half of it, isn't it? Where it's the knock-on effect to everything else.
Yeah, because I think the only thing, and I assume that's because it's driven by the manufacturers, the only thing that's somewhat realistic is the actual price of the vehicles.
Yeah.
Because I assume that that is the case, that the ones that are done by Giants and are licensed, they're probably required to have them at somewhat close to the real world price.
Yeah, and that's easy to do, isn't it? Because that's like all right,
Yeah,
stuff will, stuff will go up and down, but you take a point in time, and it's just coded in, isn't it?
yeah, and
It's
they
like,
ignore currency, but apart from that,
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But it would be cool, and there's no way of doing it other than creating a mod and releasing it in January, and then updating it every quarter, maybe. I don't
yeah, I
know.
mean, there is that map that updates every 3 months.
Is there?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
they update it through the year.
Oh, okay.
Um, so I
Yeah.
don't remember the name of it, but yeah, it's certainly in FS19 anyway that used to update it every quarter,
Okay. Didn't know that. Yeah. That's
or
quite
like the
because you can
changes
keep
in
it
the
current
seasons.
then, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was very cool. I never played it, but the idea was quite cool. I guess apart from the fact it depends on the kind of the speed that you happen to be playing at.
Well, yeah, that's it. I guess there's limitations to everything, isn't there?
Yeah,
It is a simulator game at the end of the day. There's only so far you can go, isn't there? But yeah.
yeah, and there are limits to what's sensible to try and implement as well, and that is
Yeah.
where modders come in as well, isn't it? That they can not worry about being sensible with stuff.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. And that's what I like about it, is the fact that you've got such a spectrum of play styles available, and you've got modders that cater to all of that, really.
Yeah,
Like you've got your 20-foot wide mowers and
mm,
windrower combos and,
yeah,
fast farming, but then you've also got the more realistic
I like the
side
quick
of it.
fail, which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Uh,
Just yeah,
yeah, I
it's cool.
think there's there's no wrong way to play this game,
Oh
unless
yeah,
you're
yeah.
just wanting to run a lawn care business or whatever. Then you're wrong.
Yeah,
You play Lawnmower Simulator.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's quite a cool open world engine in the end. You know,
absolutely, yeah,
there's a
yeah,
lot of things you can do with this. So
yeah,
I don't. Yeah, you're not actually wrong if you're wanting to do that. There are probably better games, but maybe they're not. Yeah, I watched a bit of Daggerwin play Lawnmower Simulator,
yeah.
and it did feel like that would get boring quite quickly.
I know what you mean. Yeah, and I think yeah.
But
Had he got a pre-release or was it like a demo where
yeah,
you'd only got
no,
so far you could go?
I think he played the Steam demo,
And it was like, okay, yeah, this is quite
uh,
repetitive.
and he may have got pre-release access as well because he did a few videos on it. I think.
Yeah, yeah.
I started watching his Purbeck series the other day again. So
Yeah, see, that's a map that I played on a bit.
I never played it. I'm really tempted.
It,
It's on the list.
yeah, it's, hilly.
Mm.
But again, it's a nice,
It just looks so nice.
it is a nice map.
I think I
Yeah.
looked at it for some stuff in 19.
Mm,
Never played it. But it just
yeah.
looks really nice. So,
It is a nicely done map.
an area that I'd like to see a map, I'm not sure if there is one, is New Zealand as well.
Don't think there is. Now, following Argsy, I don't
Mm.
think there is anything. I
Yeah, because
think,
he always plays on Aussie maps, doesn't he? Because
yeah,
that's
it's
the
the
closest.
closest. Yeah, I think, and also, um, uh, Sabbath Kiwi.
Mm.
He was in my Discord the other day. He'd been away for a bit. Um, he role played. Oh, I can't remember the name of the map now. But yeah, because there is no
Yeah.
New Zealand maps. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
feels
don't know
like a
if there was
massive
one in the
hole.
making. I can't remember hearing if there was from Argsy, but
And it's probably the sort of thing that's going to appear on Itch, I would guess,
yeah,
initially.
yeah.
Don't run away too far. We need to take some pictures, remember,
Oh, yeah.
before you drive all the way back to the farm.
Yeah. Wait for me.
I'm nearly done. I've got the other corner done, so I just need to paint this bit in, and we'll be good.
Paint it in. I did on the last Finder Slither, I didn't obliterate the headland too much, so
Mm-hmm.
you might be alright.
It's not going to take too long. It's only a few rows, and they're fairly short.
Excellent. Very good. I might drop back in a second then. That's
So
that
that's
done then, mate.
Yep. Everything seeded, everything fertilized. So probably we will be back in March to get the rest of the fields done.
Yep. I think we're pretty good on everything else, aren't we? So
Yeah, and probably adding in the automatic milk selling.
yeah, we need to do that and then start early enough so people can see.
Yeah, and I guess find somewhere to install a BGA.
What about around here? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe level a big chunk of this out.
Yeah. That'd be the plan for next time.
Yep.
Oh,
Just
that's
see
been good.
the new holiday home up in the corner there.
Oh yeah, our sleep trigger. Yeah, had to move out of the farm home.
Yeah. This wasn't working out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah,
Wicked.
so see you next week, mate.
You will, mate.
Have a good
Take
one.
care. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.